When push comes to shove, I think I'd rather cream pie a random stripper than play Russian roulette. Because, at least if shit goes south, there's always a plan B. Because, once you pull the trigger of that gun, you're just letting Jesus take the wheel on that one. But this, besides that, I kind of want to dive into a thing that happened recently. My phone, for like, or how should I start this? I recently destroyed my phone screen and I haven't backed up any of the data or like the Apple iCloud stuff on it for like the last almost 3 years on it because I didn't want to pay like the $1.50 or $1 that every month to Apple. I know, I'm a lazy bum, but I didn't do any of that. And when the screen broke, I realized I lost everything on it. So when I was able to get my new one and woke back up whatever was saved, basically like it looks like I time traveled 3 years. Like I was like in 2022 to, and then there's just a big jump to 2026. So it's kind of like it's kind of sad. I lost a bunch of my photos, memories, travel, like pictures of my travels, moments, and just like pictures of dumb shit I've done with my friends. And it's really got me thinking of like recently about like the kind of mindset shift I've had recently where like I've been trying to live presently within each moment, and just like the idea of like certain memories not being instilled fully or fully ingrained, or not being able to fully remember certain funny moments or pleasant times and all that. You know, in this day and age, I know it sounds like a fucking unk. In this day and age, we all take pictures of those little moments. We all have videos of funny ones, or this, that, and the other. Or you got the niche people with the digital camera, or physical like print photos or whatever the hell. But I mean, even then, a photo can only capture so much. A photo might capture the instant, emotion shown, but it will never record the true happiness, the true emotional bandwidth that each moment carries. And I think that just says a lot about like how we all need to be present, kind of like within each moment. Because we can only carry so much through time as it progresses. And soon enough, we're only going to be left with like this emotional slideshow that we carry with us. Like like a good moment like I can remember is like going to Zion. I lost a bunch of pictures from my recent trip to Zion, and like I can remember the park, the mountains formations and all that. I remember how I felt like hanging out with all of my friends and stuff, but a lot of that was lost because I was just focused on other things, or I wasn't fully like invested because I was thinking about other things outside of like what was going on at that current moment, which is just normal. We all get caught up in different things in our daily lives, even like if it's something monumentous as like a trip or a vacation. But even then, it just makes you realize how like just being able to take that step back, allowing yourself to just be present, even if it's like just a trip to the grocery store, just allowing yourself to like look at that beautiful sunset at a Walmart parking lot and just fully admire it. I think that's something just beautiful within itself. You know, and I feel like if anything, we remember the most when we are present within those moments. Like I think we remember sunsets when we've fully invested ourselves within the moment, rather than like I feel like if you were to take two different moments, one per like two like we'll experiment, one person who's just fully present in that moment, and another person who's kind of like worried about, oh, what's gonna happen tomorrow, or like, oh, I gotta do this next week, kind of like worried about their daily lives. The person who's like in that moment, who's just like allowing themselves to take everything in, will remember that vividly more than the other. And I think that's just something that just adds more fuel to that fire, like that I need, that this current mindset shift I'm going through is just, it's just more validation for it. I need to allow myself to just take that deep breath, allow those troubles of yesterday or what might come to disappear, so I can truly just engage myself with each experience on a day by day basis. And I think that even goes further into that idea of like death itself, because like nothing in like the next moment can never be guaranteed for you. Nothing in this world is guaranteed, so why not guarantee yourself every moment is fully lived, you know? Like why not do that for yourself? Why not allow yourself to be fully experience everything, you know? And I think that speaks to a greater fact that it's back to the first point of the video, is that like I'm not ready to become a father. I'm not. And I'm not talking just financial. I mean in this kind of topic that we're on, like if I'm gonna have a child, I want to be able to experience every moment with them. You know, I want to be able to look back on that not as times of damn, I wished I was, you know, fully there, or damn, I wish that moment could have just lasted a little longer. You know, I want to be able to be like, damn, I was there. Like I was fully there for that moment. Because from just growing up and having that perspective only so far, time moves fucking fast, dude. I swear, yesterday I was 7. You know, like you would, like you would think that it was 2016 again last month. That's how time just moves so fast. It does not care for your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, or what you're going through. Time just keeps moving. It keeps chugging along, and the only thing you can do is just keep up with it, you know? And I think that's why, even on a greater scale, I'm just not ready to have children, because I just want to fully learn this mindset, experience every moment for what it truly means and what it fully brings me, you know? And I hope this kind of preaches to a lot of y'all listening, you know what I'm saying? Like, allow yourself, take that step back, you know? I'm not saying detach, but like, allow yourself to step back, take that deep breath, and just look up, you know? Just like, realize what's going on in front of you and just live within it. You know, whether it's just hanging out with friends, going to a park, or you're outside the fucking Burger King eating a burger, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just allow yourself to be within that moment. Because when we die, we don't take anything with us, you know? We don't take any material items, which is, you know, obvious. But even like memories, like, we don't take any of that. So like when that life is flashing behind, like flashing past you before that 3-ton truck hits you because you were just crossing the street, allow yourself to when life is flashing in front of you, just like, damn, I lived a good one, you know? And I think that even speaks to a greater idea of just like experiencing life, which I'll probably do another video on, or maybe I've already done a video on it, who knows? But you know, living life to your fullest extent. But even then, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. But yeah, man, peace.